Alright guys, I've had the Bonafide out about 3 or 4 times now, so I'm getting the feel of it, and been out fishing with a few times. Already caught my first bass and caught a few more after that, so feeling pretty happy with it. So one of the things I did realize for fishing the place I'm fishing is that a rudder would come in really, really handy. So the nice thing about these Bonafides is that they've already kind of thought through that process. In fact, these the foot braces, they have a mechanism whereby you can lock it in place where it's not going anywhere if you just want a foot rest, or you can flip it over to where there's freedom of movement here. Okay. They've also thought of things like on the back. They already have 4 holes pre-drilled. They're 1/4 by 20 holes already pre-drilled back here for mounting different things. I think their initial intentions was the micropole, but they've already got some spaces here, if you look on these sides here, where you can run some cabling inside the boat. And the whole concept is if I've got a trolling motor, which one of these days I'm going to do a product with a trolling motor on here, but the first thing I'm going to do is a rudder. So basically I bought the rudder off of Amazon. It wasn't a very expensive rudder, it was like $30-something. We're going to mount that in the back. And the thing about this rudder, and I don't know if it's true of most of them, but the idea of that hole working like such is not going to work so well in this boat. It doesn't fit quite right because of the way the boat's laid out, and it doesn't go deep enough in there to put the cotter pin in to keep it from bouncing out. So what I plan to do is I'm going to get some type of a board that I'm going to use the 1/4 by 20 threaded holes to basically mount on here, extend out a little bit further than this, and then I'll have a hole in it where I can drill this, put the bushing in, and put the cotter pin in, and it'll be risen just enough above this level that once I have cables run, that they'll attach to these components here on the rudder, and with the foot pedals, with cables run all the way through the boat, I'll be able to turn and adjust my rudder with the foot pedals. So what we need to do is drill a couple holes in the boat. I know it's a brand new boat and we're going to have to drill it. That's just all there is to it. And there's a great video that Alex put out, and I'll reference his channel. He's got a lot of great videos on the Bonafides, and so I got the ideas from him on how to do this. So I'm not doing anything new here. I'm just using this rudder, which is different. He ran it for the Bixby's, but these cables can be run for a lot of different things. So basically, there's already a pre-drilled spot here. It's just not drilled all the way through. So I'm going to drill a 1/4 inch hole here. I'm going to come up here, and right in this spot right here in front of the pedal, I'm going to drill a 1/4 inch hole. And what we're going to do is we've got this 1/4 inch outside diameter tubing, and what we're going to do is we're going to run this tubing inside the boat between these 2 points here and try to get it pretty straight as best we can. We'll get it fixed in position here and there, and then basically we've got our stainless steel cable that's going to run through the tubing here. I'm going to put carabiner on the end of it to hook to the rudder, so that when I do put a trolling motor on, I can just pull the mount for the rudder off, put the trolling motor on, and use the same existing cables. And then there's a pre-drilled hole. You can hardly tell, maybe not here in the video, but there's a pre-drilled hole right here. And so the cable's going to come out of here, go through the hole, loop around. We'll bind it with a binder, a ferrule that will clamp down on it. And then basically, as I move these pedals opposite each other, we'll be able to turn the rudder. So that's the plan. I've got to do a few things, but first I'm going to go ahead and drill my holes and get some of this tubing run, and we'll see where it goes from there. Alright, I'm fixing to drill into my brand new Bonafide. So I feel, you know, a little bittersweetness here, because I don't want to drill in my new Bonafide, but I need to drill into my Bonafide, so I'm just going to do it. Pedal out of the way. We're going to put a drill right here. I'm going to go with a small bit first, and then I'll work my way up to the 1/4 inch bits. Whoa, that hurt. Alright, let's get the rest of these drilled. Alright, here's 1/4 inch. Alrighty. Alright, the drilling is done. We've got to run our hose through there and get ready to mount that. Alright, so I'm going to get this 1/4 inch tube running in here, and so we got to get the tube. We're going to put it in the holes we just drilled, and it's got to go inside the boat to that back hole. But it's going to be tough to get it through there, so unfortunately Alex had a little tip on his video where once we get the tubing in the hole here, we'll just tie a piece around the end of the rod and use the rod to run it up there. And we're going to have to take apart this back hatch. We have to open up the back hatch to get access inside here. We'll do that in just a second. Having a rudder is going to be awesome! Really, the point of the rudder on here is what I found out from fishing it so far. It's not really for turning. This kayak turns great, to be honest with you. When you're paddling, you can turn this thing very easily. But when I'm going down a bank line and I've got a drift, I've got a wind, basically, just to keep the kayak from turning or going in a straighter line, I can just set my rudder just to kind of keep me in position so I can keep casting. And basically, that's kind of the idea of having this rudder. I think it'll be easier to have to, keep putting the rod down, pick up the paddle, kind of thing. And I think the rudder is just going to be just a great, great benefit for that kind of thing. All right. Let's see here. Take the back hatch off here. Got a watertight seal in here. Yep, there it is. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. Hot dog. Now let's see if we can get it run through here. Oh, there's the deer. Hey girls.
You can't see anything. There's just one.
Yeah, there's one in the woods too.
Hey.
Alright. That's good.
Whew.
I'm just going to kind of light this in a little bit to get the mushroom. Again, a great tip from Alex. And what we're doing is we're just getting the set so we can pull it back in, and we're going to add a little super glue in there too and pull it tight, and that'll keep the tube from going back all the way through. So that's our goal here. It's running through there very nicely so far.
Hey, I see it.